In the wild, death doesn't always arrive with a roar. Sometimes it's silent, sudden, cruel, and impossible to foresee. From elephants hit by trains to leopards humbled by porcupines, frozen cows, electrocuted snakes, and more, these are nature's darkest, most heartbreaking moments. This is wildlife facing death in the most unexpected and devastating ways. Deep within the shadowy heart of the forest, a powerful bull elk thundered through the underbrush, muscles rippling, hooves pounding against the earth. It was a sprint born of instinct, maybe fear, maybe flight. In a rare and almost mythic twist of fate, nature wrote a story no one could have predicted. A stealthy puma emerged from the shadows, eyes locked on a group of calves grazing nearby. It crouched low, muscles coiled, ready to strike. But the mother had seen enough. With maternal fury, she stepped forward, placing herself between the predator and her young, prepared for a brutal showdown. Tension gripped the air. Predator and protector squared off, seconds from impact. Then came the impossible. A deafening crack shattered the sky as a bolt of lightning tore through the storm clouds and slammed into the earth. Elsewhere in the wild, a deer fought a battle not against a predator, but against the forest itself. Caught in a cruel twist of nature, its antlers were hopelessly tangled in the low-hanging branches of a tree. It thrashed wildly, eyes wide with fear, muscles straining with every frantic movement. Bark flew, limbs cracked. But the more it struggled, the tighter the grip became. For endless moments, it seemed doomed, trapped not by tooth or claw, but by the silent snare of the woods. Eventually, through sheer determination, it broke free, shaken but alive. A sobering reminder that in nature, danger doesn't always come with fangs. It can come from the trees above. In the heart of Brooklyn, amid concrete and calm, a man stumbled upon a haunting sight. A swan, majestic and pure, tangled helplessly in a cold metal fence. Its long neck twisted, wings flailing in panic, feathers scattered like fallen dreams. The water bird, known for its grace and silent beauty, was now a picture of raw desperation. Not a predator in sight, only the harsh grip of a man-made trap. It was a tragic collision of two worlds, nature's elegance versus humanity's indifference. In the end, it's not always the wild that threatens wildlife. Sometimes the most dangerous forces come from the very structures we build. Even the coldest-blooded survivors, the ones built by evolution to endure, can fall victim to the unexpected. A snake, sleek and silent, slithered up a fence in search of warmth or prey, unaware of the invisible danger ahead. The wire crackled to life the moment it made contact. A jolt of electricity surged through its body. It convulsed, twisted, and writhed in silent agony. Again and again the current struck, until stillness took over. No predator, no hunt, just a machine doing what it was built to do. In a world shaped by humans, even nature's most ancient survivors can be brought down, not by fangs or claws, but by wires and volts. A chilling truth: sometimes we are the apex threat. In one of the most haunting and surreal sights ever captured, a farmer stepped into his field and was met with something that defied belief. There, in the open expanse, stood a cow, still, silent, and eerily upright. At first glance, it looked alive, simply frozen in a moment of calm. But as he drew closer, the truth hit hard. The cow was dead, frozen solid by an unforgiving winter night. No signs of struggle, no warning, just a statue of flesh, suspended in time by the bitter cold. It was a chilling scene, so unnatural, so still, that even lifelong farmers hardened by years of harsh realities were left shaken. In nature, death usually announces itself with violence or decay. But this was quiet, beautiful, and deeply disturbing. In a tragic collision between man and nature, a full-grown tiger, one of the jungle's most powerful and majestic predators, met a devastating end. As a bulldozer rumbled through the forest, the operator, unaware of what lay ahead, kept moving forward. In mere seconds, the machine's steel blade struck with unstoppable force. The tiger, caught off guard, was crushed beneath its weight, There was no time to escape, no chance to fight. Just silence and then stillness. The king of the forest, brought down, not by another predator, but by a machine. A victim not of natural law, but of human intrusion. One moment of recklessness, one life lost, and with it a painful reminder. When we encroach carelessly into the wild, the consequences can be irreversible. Not far away, in a desolate patch of snow-covered land, a heartbreaking sight awaited. A dog, once full of life and loyalty, lay motionless, frozen stiff by the merciless cold. A passerby rushed forward, hope flickering that help might still matter. But as they reached the animal, the truth became clear. The dog was gone. Its body was still, its eyes dull and glazed over, staring blankly into the distance. What broke hearts wasn't just the silence, but the posture. The way it lay, as if it had been waiting, longing, searching for someone it loved. Perhaps it had once been left behind. Perhaps it had wandered too far. Whatever the story, it ended in quiet sorrow. No growl, no whimper, just cold air, untouched snow, and the final stillness of a soul that never stopped hoping. A silent monument to loyalty, and the terrible weight of being forgotten. In one of the most bizarre and haunting scenes ever witnessed, a farmer stepped into his field on a frigid morning, only to freeze in place himself. There, standing eerily still, was one of his cows. At first glance, it looked alive, calm, unmoving, as if simply staring off into the horizon. But as he approached, dread settled in. The cow was dead, frozen solid, locked in a standing position by the brutal cold, its body turned into a lifeless statue, a ghostly silhouette of life now gone. Even the most seasoned farmers couldn't believe their eyes. It wasn't just strange, it was chilling in every sense of the word. In the wild, death isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it comes quietly, swift, merciless, and utterly unexpected. A train strikes down a mighty elephant. A porcupine brings a leopard to its knees. A cow freezes mid-stand. A snake writhes against an electric fence. These are nature's most haunting tragedies, moments where the wild meets fate in its cruelest forms. This, by one eye, is where survival ends and sorrow begins. In another gripping moment deep in the wild, two majestic deer faced off in a thunderous clash for dominance. Their hooves tore into the earth, antlers crashing together in a brutal contest of strength and will. But in the chaos of battle, something went terribly wrong.